All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ryan Tarrant. I'm the President and CEO of the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce. Today, I'd like to introduce our guest MC. As everyone knows, we've been utilizing our ambassadors a little bit differently this year. Today with us, we have Joe Kazmarek, who is a newbie to our ambassador group. Joe serves on the business services team at Great Lakes Bay, Michigan Works. Joe, take us away.
Thank you. I'd like to start us off with the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody will please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd also like to start off by making sure everybody is muted so our speakers don't have any disturbances during their time. It gave me an opportunity to introduce myself a little bit more. So good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Joe Kazmarek. I'm one of 7 Great Lakes Bay Michigan Works business service representatives serving the region. What is a business service representative, you may ask, especially if you haven't used our services in the past? It's a good question. I ask myself that often, but our primary assignment is to work with area employers to recruit, retain, and train employees. We do this by utilizing the Pure Michigan Talent Connect, social media, virtual job fairs right now in this beautiful COVID state, and hopefully soon, outdoor job fairs again. We are a source for training grants through federal and state agencies. We refer to our business clients to the area COCs, EDCs, MEDC, SBDC, DOL, LEO, MMTC, and any other part of the alphabet soup we affectionately call our partners. We also work with our area colleges, Delta, Saginaw Valley, CMU, Mid-Michigan College, and Davenport to help develop training specifically to the needs of our business community. I'd like to say we're not the source for recruitment, retention, and training. We are a source, and we do it for you at no cost. You did pay your taxes. Anyway, moving on. They asked me to put together something for the weather. I'd rather not have, but maybe the right word today for the weather is whiplash. It might describe it the best way for the next few days. Hey, don't send those winter coats to the dry cleaners just yet. However, do send things to the dry cleaners. They haven't seen you in a year. Okay? It's going to be a little chilly. Lows in the 30s at night and below 50 during the day on Wednesday and Thursday. The S word with accumulation is being used in the Upper Peninsula. Plus, we could see trace amounts here in mid-Michigan. Then by Saturday, we're back to 60. Call your chiropractor. Whiplash all over the place. Okay, then later, they asked something with the news. The news today is brought to you by COVID-19, the gift that keeps giving. You know, my mother always said, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. And with that, let's introduce some of our breakfast sponsors today. We have Accident Fund Insurance Company, Bay Community Tennis Association, Bay Future Inc., Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Great Lakes region, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Capolco Community Credit Union, Covenant Healthcare, Dow Bay Area Family YMCA, Future Insurance Agency, Jolt Credit Union, Mercury Telecom, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, Tondu Medical Spa, United Bay Community Credit Union, Yo and Yo Computer Consulting, Yo and Yo CPAs and Business Consultants. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Jeff Staudiker, Financial Advisor at Edward Jones Staudiker Agency, and our Chamber Board Chair for 2021, to announce our new Bay Area Chamber members. Jeff?
Thanks a lot, Joe. I do get the privilege of introducing our new members, first of all. My first one is Auburn PT. Auburn PT is a private practice outpatient physical therapy company with 30 employees. They treat patients from 1 to 100 in any musculoskeletal, orthopedic, balance-related, and endurance issues. Tom Baba started Auburn PT in Auburn in 2003. Since that time has grown to 4 locations in Auburn, Bay City, Essexville, and now Midland, with plans for Hemlock. Auburn PT prides itself not only on exceptional patient outcomes, but a true customer experience. At Auburn PT, we move people. So welcome, Auburn PT. The Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino features nearly 1,200 slot machines and virtual table games, a 148-room hotel, landing restaurant, Creekside Lounge, area cafe, bar, and RV park. Welcome to Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino, where winning comes naturally. Then the Montessori Children's House of Bay City opened in the fall of 2014 and closed last year due to COVID. They're happy to be reopening in a new location on Pine in Hampton Township in partnership with New Hope Bay Assisted Living. They are transitioning to a nonprofit and full-year program, offering a summer camp program and before and after for school-age children, as well as their Montessori preschool kindergarten program. Their dream is to offer a unique, multi-generational educational experience coupled with Montessori preschool learning. So welcome to all of our new members. Now we get to introduce our featured speaker for this morning. Beth Roszatycki is from the Michigan SBDC, here to speak with us about supporting local businesses through the American Rescue Plan. Beth Roszatycki is the Michigan Small Business Development Center, otherwise known as SBDC, Regional Director for the Lake Huron region, hosted by the Scott L. Carmona College of Business at SVSU. The SBDC is an iconic champion for entrepreneurs within the region by identifying new programs and services to meet the ever-changing needs of the entrepreneurial community. The SBDC provides counseling, training, market research, and technology commercialization services to assist small businesses to launch, grow, transition, and innovate. Prior to her role at SBDC, Roszatycki was the Chief Executive Office of Michigan Health Information Alliance Incorporated from 2014 to 2020. MIHIA is a multi-stakeholder 501c3 nonprofit community collaboration established in 2007, working to achieve a community of health excellence. During the last 3 years of her tenure with MIHIA, she spent much of her time focused on Thrive, which stands for Transforming Health in a Vibrant Economy. Ms. Roszatycki earned a bachelor's degree in merchandise management retailing from Michigan State University and a Master of Business Administration from Saginaw Valley State University. In addition, during her graduate program, she completed a study abroad program in Moscow and St. Petersburg, Russia. Good morning, Beth. Welcome.
Good morning, Jeff. Thank you, everyone. Good morning. Jeff, you did a great job with the overview of the SBDC. And so I'm just going to fly through these first couple slides and dive into the details of the American Rescue Plan Act. Our regional office is hosted at Saginaw Valley State University and covers 15 counties from the Z Bridge to the Mackinac Bridge and everything east. Our primary roles focus on no-cost one-on-one business consulting, business education, secondary market research, as well as technology commercialization. We have 4 main groups within the SBDC that can all be accessed directly through our host site at Saginaw Valley. One looking at new ventures and existing businesses, growth companies and business innovations, companies with international trade and export assistance, as well as advanced technology companies looking at commercialization. We do a variety of education components as well as support. These are just a short list of the items that we work with clients on a daily basis on, including business plan development, raising capital, financial management, strategic planning, including exit strategies, human resource, export strategies, and technology. So let's dive into the American Rescue Plan Act. Information is changing minute by minute, day by day. And so I want to do a brief overview of some of the components that are confirmed and moving forward. And then we can talk a little bit more about the dollars that are available to our communities with much more discretion on where those will be spent. So within the American Rescue Plan, there's one area regarding Paycheck Protection Program known as PPP. PPP, 13 and a half months ago, were three letters that meant nothing to anyone. And today I feel like it's common nomenclature across the business sector, as well as the public and nonprofit sector as well. There was an additional $7.25 billion added to PPP focused, and then also the eligibility expanded to focus on nonprofits and digital news services. Recently launched through the Small Business Administration is the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant Program. This is now allowed for organizations like the Bay City Players or the State Theater that have been shut down since March of 2020. There's also been an additional $15 billion allocated to EIDL, or Economic Injury Disaster Loan. This also includes specific target dollars for those hardest hit areas or those socially and economically disadvantaged communities. In addition to that, which will be launching at the end of the month, will be the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. This is $28.6 billion that will be pushed through our restaurant industries. At 8:35, I'm actually going to be jumping off this call to be having a conversation with the Small Business Administration on what this rollout will look and mean for our communities. So more to come here, but please know that we're really focused on uplifting the community restaurants, as well as how we can help businesses navigate the space throughout the American Rescue Plan, which goes to the second bullet labeled new, the Community Navigator Pilot Program. There will be about $175 million that will be allocated to increase awareness of and participation in COVID-19 relief programs. This is looking again at socially and economically disadvantaged businesses, individuals, women, and veteran-owned businesses as well. This will have a variety of different components to it, specifically looking at outreach and education, as well as looking at ways to establish one-on-one connections with navigators. This program will go through December of 2025, and we're still learning more of what that will look like coming out of the Small Business Development Center locally and statewide. Next is the State Small Business Credit Initiative. This is $10 billion for the fund administered by the Treasury Department. This money is allocated to states to support programs of their own design. This is, again, where we can have some discretion within our communities. This can include loan participation programs, venture capital programs, collateral support, loan guarantee, capital access, and there's a couple dots after that. We're waiting to hear some more information on the State Small Business Credit Initiative and hope to get some information from the State Budget Office soon. The next, which I think is probably of most interest to a lot of the individuals on the phone today, and this is the aid to the state and local governments. Michigan will be awarded about $10.1 billion. And then this is broken up even further with about $4.4 billion that's going to local governments, and $1.94 billion for its counties. And then additional $686 million for other local units of governments. The stakes are high here. This money needs to move fast, but needs to be deployed smartly and equitably. There is an opportunity. In 10 years, we may look back at this time and ask, which places merely spent their money and which places invested their money into their communities. And so this isn't just a lifeline. This really represents the largest positive fiscal jolt to any business, to any budgets that we've seen in decades. So thoughtful planning underway will determine how we can best deploy this money within our communities. There's three main areas that we're focused on at the SBDC, and that's really stabilize, strategize, and organize. And that we can do so through public-private partnerships that will ultimately uplift all businesses within our region. In addition, the USDA allocation has over $9 billion. There are three primary areas looking at reducing hunger across the country, strengthening the food supply chain, invest in rural America, and provide long-awaited support to the underserved, socially disadvantaged farmers. Each of these four key areas have a subset of the budget, and I can go into greater detail or share some fact sheets on this as well following the call today. The interesting piece about the USDA funding is it's very incorporating of how we can look at racial equity and how we can address longstanding discrimination across the USDA by investing in land access, outreach, education, assistance overcoming barriers to USDA programs, business development, and much more. The supply chain focus is also of high relevance. This will increase food availability for distribution through food banks, nonprofits, restaurants, which would be a new service line for most restaurants to help families in need. In addition to this, it will also provide PPE and test kits and different measures to keep essential food workers safe, as well as investing in the infrastructure and retooling support for food processors, farmers markets, food banks, local food systems, and producers to build resiliency in the food supply chain. This was something that was a tertiary outcome, I would say, or collateral damage of March, April, May of 2020, is the food supply chain was heavily impacted due to COVID-19. The next slide is a handful of different allocations of where the $1.9 trillion will be spent. This is not all encompassing, but wanted to just give a general overview of some of the different buckets that the $1.9 trillion is going to support. There will be $510 million for FEMA, looking at emergency food and shelter programs. There's the expansion of the employer retention tax credit for startup companies, which was a shift. It was typically not allowed for startup companies in the past. For those of you that may have not heard a lot about the employee retention tax credit, this is something you may want to look into for your businesses. There's also the increase of the value of the federal COBRA health insurance program from 85 to 100%. There's $10 billion in infrastructure program to help local governments continue crucial capital projects. There's the education funding. The bill sets aside $1.25 billion for summer enrichment programs, $1.25 for after school programs, and $3 billion for education technology. And last but not least, there's $8.5 billion in funds for provider relief programs to assist rural healthcare providers to help us respond to the ongoing pandemic. The next slide is fairly focused just on Michigan. So these are some of the estimates that Michigan is seeing of the American Rescue Plan Act. I'm not going to go through and read these line by line, but we'll just pause for a moment to be able to kind of allow you to wrap your arms around the magnitude of the dollars that are being pushed through our state, through our local municipalities, through our cities, our counties, and so forth. We really are at a time where we have an opportunity. We have a huge opportunity to be able to have some meaningful discussions and outline where we want to stimulate our local economy, but also what we would like to see our economy look like in 10 years and what we'd like to see our region look like in 10 years. So I'm going to pause there and I'm going to switch to the questions. I'll go to the next slide actually. For anyone that's interested in engaging in the SBDC, there's multiple ways you can do so. One, sbdcmichigan.org. There's an opportunity. We have a COVID-19 resource page which lists out much of the grant support that I spoke to regarding the shutter venue, PPP, EIDL, as well as some information on the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. As our local municipalities and our EDCs have local grants, we also include links to those as well. In addition, you can also register for counseling, which means you'll work one-on-one with a certified business consultant to help work through and navigate any of these spaces that you may be concerned about. Also noting, we're not just a COVID relief organization. We've been in existence for about 34 years in the state of Michigan, and we also help businesses launch as well as transition and grow. So if you're thinking, well, I'm not a startup and I pretty much have the COVID piece understood, that doesn't mean that there's not still things that the SBDC can help support you with. So I'm going to pause there, and I don't know if people can unmute themselves and ask questions, or if there are questions in the chat box that I can address. So Jocelyn, one of your questions is, if we think we qualify for some of these funds, what do we do? I would talk to your elected officials, your local elected officials. The municipality dollars will be routed directly through the counties as well as the townships. So that's one opportunity space. Second, if you're an industry specific organization that you may be able to utilize support through the USDA, we'd be happy to help navigate that. The SBDC would, as well as the Restaurant Revitalization Fund, shuttered venues, et cetera. In terms of the education buckets of dollars, talk to your school board and talk to your local ISDs on where there may be public-private partnership opportunities, as well as collaborative ways that we can better service our youth right now through this hard time. Any other comments or questions for today? Thanks, Vaughn. He just added in Bay County is receiving 10 million in May and then another 10 million in 1 year. That's correct. The 10.1 billion that's being allocated to the state will go in 2 tranches. One 60 days after the American Rescue Plan passed, and then the next tranche 1 year later.
Great. Thank you, Beth. We appreciate you being with us today. I know you've got another call you have to jump on.
Absolutely. I'm going to enter my email address in the chat box as well. We have our sbdc@svsu.edu, but also if you want to reach out to me directly, would be happy to help talk through any individual situations that you may have, questions, ideas, or so forth.
Great. Thank you. Now
Thanks,
I'd
Ryan.
like to kick it back over to our MC, Joe Kazmarek.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to introduce some of our sponsors for this year, and starting off with our, as soon as I see the screen come, there it is. Hey, there's a screen. Our legacy sponsors, we have First State Bank, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, DoubleTree by Hilton Bay City, Riverfront, Independent Bank, McLaren Bay Region, Michigan Sugar Company, Three Rivers Corporation, Thumb Bank and Trust. Our premier sponsors, Consumers Energy, Covenant Healthcare, Cumulus Media, Dow, Financial Edge Credit Union, Great Lakes Federal Credit Union, Harbor Light Photography, Spence Brothers, TCF Bank, and Wildfire Credit Union, sorry. Our community partners, Great Lakes Bay Michigan Works, Great Lakes Bay Regional CVB, and Saginaw Valley State University. Our visionary leaders, AT&T, Bay City Bridge Partners, Mid-Michigan Health, Saguenay Eagles Landing Casino, and a new member. And our mission members, Edward Jones, Jeff Staudiker, Encompass Therapy, Ideal Party Store, Northway Plum Insurance, And at this point, I'm going to hand this over to Jenna Dulski from 989 Concierge for our first BRIC Award of the day. Jen?
Thank you, Joe. And good morning, everyone. For those unfamiliar, the BRIC Award was developed by the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce ambassadors to recognize the contribution a Bay County business makes to the community when it expands, renovates, or improves its facility. And today I have the pleasure to represent Hamptons Plaza with a BRIC Award today. Owners Bill and Lisa Schneider had big plans when they purchased Hamptons Plaza in June 2019, located on 1480 West Center Road in Essexville. So far, they have replaced the signage, added a metal roof, painted, repaired the parking lot, added landscaping, lighting, and new gutters. There are several businesses currently in the plaza, including Heart to Heart Healthcare Training, Thumb Insurance, Paul Williams Law Office, Photos by Josette, New Directions Counseling and Neurobehavioral Center LLC, Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon, where you can shop for clothing, receive spa treatments, or schedule a hair appointment. There are openings for additional businesses in the plaza if anyone's interested. I know they would love to have a coffee shop there. So updating Hampton Plaza has brought new life and options for shopping in the area. And this is right in Essexville, behind the medical mall. And other than our local retailers like Meijer, there's nowhere else to get ladies' clothing in that area. So it's a great addition. I'm happy to shop there, and I hope you'll give it a try too. Congratulations to Bill and Lisa. Thank you for investing and improving your community, and we wish you the best of success.
Thank you, Jen. And now, just lost my place on my own screen. That's bad. Megan Manning from Bay Future to present our second BRIC Award. Megan?
Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to present the BRIC Award to Good Samaritan Rescue Mission of Bay City for two projects they completed. We have a video that I'll let the team show. I'm going to share some additional links in the chat box that show some more kind of footage of these projects and a more in-depth overview, as well as the mission's current needs list, so we can all get out and support the mission. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Megan Manning. I'm a Bay Area Chamber of Commerce ambassador. I'm a member of the Leadership Bay County class of 2020, and I work for Bay Future, Bay County's leading economic development organization. I'm excited to be here today at Good Samaritan Rescue Mission with Dan Streeter. We are presenting the mission with a BRIC Award for a couple of recent projects that they have done. First, we would like to recognize the dining room renovation project that our Leadership Bay County class worked on. This was a $70,000 project that includes a redesign of the mission's main dining area for women and children and a new men's dining area with fresh paint, new flooring, tables and chairs, and serving stations. This newly renovated women's dining area will allow space for the homeless teens that will be coming to the mission soon with the new Samaritan Youth Shelter to be served as well. The project's goal was to create a warm atmosphere within the mission's dining area that will have a lasting impact on their guests for years to come. I'm also excited to share with you and present the Good Samaritan Rescue Mission the BRIC Award for the Samaritan Youth Shelter. This program is designed to help homeless teens and runaway youth between the ages of 12 and 17 in the Great Lakes Bay Area. Teens may be dealing with several issues, including physical and emotional abuse. When a youth ages 12 to 17 finds himself homeless and referred to the Samaritan Youth Shelter, they will encounter clean, safe accommodations in an attractive setting. This initial positive impression will open the door for creating a personalized assessment and plan that will guide them towards a permanent housing placement. That plan will help counselors as they assist teens in connecting community resources specialized in meeting their specific needs. This project costs over $500,000 and is creating 6 new jobs in our community. Thank you to the Good Samaritan Rescue Mission for investing in our community and making this a better place to be. You should look forward to another ribbon cutting coming up later this year where we'll also highlight these projects. Now I'd like to introduce Nick Wagner from our Leadership Bay County class to talk a little bit more about our work on this project.
Hi, everybody. Again, our project for the Bay County Leadership Class of 2020 brought together around 20 professionals from Bay County, and we had to come up with a service project for the region. We took a look at a number of initiatives, and this project fit what we believe would have some of the largest impact in the area, and are very familiar with the work that Dan and his organization provides to the community. So it brought all of us together. We planned, we fundraised, and executed the project from start to finish. I'd just like to take this time to really thank the Cancer Foundation, the Smith Foundation, and the Bay Area Community Foundation, along with a number of our individual private donors who help support this great project. So thanks, Dan. Thanks for letting us be a part of it.
Thank you. So I want to say thank you to everybody that was involved with the project. You know, first with Leadership Bay County, this class was amazing. Once they chose for our dining rooms to be the source of the project, the attention to detail, listening to what we addressed as needs and what we were wanting to hopefully accomplish to help service and make better service delivery for our guests. Checked every one of those boxes. To see the teamwork that happened with leadership amidst all of the COVID and all the delays that happened, just continuing to plug away. And then just the high quality, the amazing effect that is going to happen for so many years. When you start to think about homelessness, our real goal was that we wanted to have a real home family atmosphere, and to be able to now do that in our dining rooms is just phenomenal. So thanks to Leadership Bay County for all the hard work, the dedicated work, the attention to detail, and the teamwork. They represented this community and the Leadership Class 2020 extremely well. And we also want to say thanks to everybody who donated and made a gift towards the project. There was no small donation. It was just an amazing community effort. And we want to say thanks so much to this community as a whole, and being given this BRIC Award as well. We are so thankful. For 16 years, we've been able to provide service, and it's this community that empowers us to be able to do so day in, day out. 80 people on average a night needing services, whether it's the Samaritan Youth Shelter, whether it's our men's shelter, women's shelter, our family in need. We're the safety net in the community, but you help put us on the front lines, and thank you so much for believing in us and also in helping to accomplish this great program.
Okay. Megan and Jen, thank you for bringing us those BRIC Awards. I'd like to thank all the ambassadors for everything that you do for the Chamber and Bay County every day. And I also need to give a big shout out to Bay Landscaping. They generously provide the bricks for the BRIC Awards every month, and we do appreciate it. At this time, I'd like to introduce our featured sponsor this morning, the Dow Bay Area Family YMCA, Jocelyn Jamrai. And Jocelyn, you'll have 3 minutes.
Great, thank you. Good morning. And great job to my fellow Leadership Bay County Class of 2020. Great job, everybody. Super proud. There you go, Megan. So real quick, I'll share a short video with you. I am Jocelyn Jamrag. I'm the Membership and Marketing Director at the Dow Bay Area Family YMCA. We have the short video from our Mission Forward campaign. This is just a short clip of a much larger online event that we did back in February, and we'll do another one in May. If you're interested in donating to our Mission Forward campaign, you can go to www.ymca.baycity.org/mission-forward, or you can just go to our website and search it. and you can donate there. And so you'll see a couple people in this video. One of them is Naomi. She's kind of a celebrity at our Y now from being in this video. And another one is someone that many of you all know and love, Janelle Ruland, and her children. And they talk about the impact that the Y has had on them very recently. So enjoy the video.
I'm so grateful that the Y is back open and running, and I just greatly hope that the community gets behind and supports the Y, because it is a staple in this community for many of us. I first came to the Y as a member, and when things got real was when my husband was diagnosed with cancer. And I was suddenly in a position where I had to find childcare for my children. Immediately, the Y was there for my family and took my kids in to both the before-after school program and the childcare preschool room. And it made all the difference to me, because I needed to focus on healthcare with my husband, and the Y gave me the peace of mind that the kids were safe and that they were being well taken care of and loved. So the Y just means so much to me. Without the Y, I never would have got through.
In 2019, we started our emergency food box program here at the Dow Bay Area Family YMCA. This program consisted of people being able to come into our building anonymously, answer 1 or 2 questions about themselves that didn't give too much information, and then they were able to receive a food box for the week. These boxes consisted of non-perishable items such as canned goods, canned meats, peanut butter, jelly. As the pandemic started to hit, our numbers started to skyrocket. People were showing up at our grab and go service where we did our youth food program, and they were grabbing food boxes through there along with meals for their family. And eventually, over time, we even started delivering these food boxes to people. And when we put that out there, numbers went up even more.
I suffer from low blood sugar, so this means a lot.
Well, thank you.
It's not a good feeling to have low blood sugar. Anyways, the program's great. It's not always easy for people to accept help, but he's always done it in a way that saved your dignity. You guys have been for months now, you know, and I don't get out, so I'm really grateful. And I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you, Jocelyn, for sharing. At this point, I'd like to introduce Trey Pinkstock, our Marketing Communications and Membership Manager for the Chamber. And I want to thank you guys for putting up with me this morning as your MC. Trey, take it away.
Thank you, Joe. We appreciate your time today. You did great. Now, I just want to thank our table hosts for 2021. They will be sponsoring our breakout rooms this morning. And they are Edward Jones, Bayfield Assisted Living and Memory Care, Bay Area Energize, Two Men in a Truck, Remax of Michigan, and Melolicana Wellness Company. I'm sorry if I messed that last one up, but we will be getting to breakout rooms in just a second. Before that, I have a few announcements for you guys. Our legislative luncheon is scheduled for this Friday, April 16th from noon to 1 p.m. It is not too late to sign up for this virtual event. Just go to our website, baycityarea.com, and register. We will be hosting a COVID-19 economic relief webinar with the U.S. Small Business Administration. That will be next Tuesday, April 20th. The webinar will be held through Microsoft Teams. So if you would like to attend, be sure you are signed up with them. And then our next virtual eye-opener breakfast will be Wednesday, May 12th. We will be hoping to get an update from Iger Marketing on the Eat Great Festival, which will be in Winona Park this year, as well as the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational Golf Tournament. So stay tuned for that, more updates to come. And now for our networking portion of the program. Today we'll be doing something a little bit different than normal. So normally our host Renee, she sends everyone to the breakout rooms for 10 minutes of networking and then brings everyone back to continue the rest of the program. Because the networking is at the end of the program today, we are offering extended networking time. Renee will not be ending the session after 10 minutes, so please feel free to network as long as you guys would like. If you would like to switch rooms at any time, just leave the room and ask Renee to place you in another network with even more people. Just want to give the opportunity to talk to more people today. Ambassadors will be facilitating the breakout rooms, so it may take just a minute to get them all assigned, so hold tight. And yeah, we just wanted to thank everybody for attending this morning. We appreciate it as always. And yeah, thank you. And off you go to the breakout rooms. Have a great day, everybody.